Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Pastor Eric Brown with Daily Manna for your soul. Happy Thursday to you. I pray the Lord is blessing you real good right now. Look, just want to bring you a word of encouragement, something to help you along your way. And today, that word is seeing God on a different level. Oh, can I tell you today? I know we know God. I know we know who He is. I know we know what He is to us. I know we know He's a deliverer. I know we know He's a healer. I know we know He's a way maker. I know we know God, but I challenge you today to get to know God on a different level. You know, I'm reminded of the man Jacob over there in Genesis chapter 35. Jacob is on his way back to Canaan. God is bringing him back after 20 years. He left on the run. He left with nothing, and now God is bringing him back with riches. Oh, he got cattle. He got riches. He got money. He got children. He has 11 sons and a daughter, two wives. Oh, God has truly blessed him over these years. He's gone through some struggles. He's gone through some hard times, but God has had his hand on him too. And so he's been blessed. He's come out the better for it, but he has also grown. When he left, he was a con man, trickster. His very name meant supplanter. But now God has put his hands on him. God has changed his attitude and his demeanor, and God has even changed his name by now. No longer is he Jacob, but he is now Israel, because he has power and he is a prince with God and with man. And so God directs him back to a place where he's been before. You know, sometimes God will do that. God will take you back to a familiar place. But can I tell you, as you grow, you're going to see things just a little differently. He goes back to a familiar place by the name of Bethel. And when he gets to Bethel, God directs him to build an altar. And he builds an altar, and he goes into worship and praise. And God visits him. And this time, the experience that he has with God causes him to come out of that, and he look around and want to rename the place, because he had named the place Bethel. Now he has named the place, renamed the place El Bethel. And you might say, well, that's not a big difference. Well, let me unpack that a little bit. Bethel means house of God, but El Bethel means the God of the house of God. Oh, somebody needs to get that. That means that God is greater than the house. Being in the house was great, but it is the God that visits the house. It is the God of the house, all that makes all the difference in the world. And can I tell you, that's growth right there, y'all. That's some spiritual maturity right there, because we begin to understand, and as we begin to look at that, and the experience that Jacob is having is that experience had dictated to him all that things, that places, that financial gain, that blessings are not greater than the visitation of God Himself, or that God being in the mix, that God being Lord of all, allowing God to be the Lord of our lives. See, Jacob had been to Bethel before, and he looked at Bethel as a great place, a place where God was. He saw the angels descending and ascending. God that spoke to him and gave him a word of promise that God was going to take him away, and God was going to bring him back, and how God was going to bless him and create a mighty nation out of his seed. He heard all that, and that was great. But to know that God is the God of this house, that He is the God of my blessings, that He is the God of my health, He is the God of my deliverance, He is the God of my enemies, He is the God of all. To know that is seeing God on a different level. We have to understand that the things that we do, the studying of the Bible is great, but it does not take preeminence over the God that we study. Because, see, it has to be more than a theological experience, it has to be more than an intellectual experience, it has to be a spiritual experience. We only know God, we only see God, we only feel God. We only truly experience God on a spiritual level. If we're going to worship him and we're going to know him, we got to know him in the spirit and in the truth. And the truth of the matter is that he is greater than all. He is greater than our praise and worship, because it's not about our praise and worship, but it's about the God that inhabits the praise and the worship. Somebody needs to get that. That's why he told the children of Israel over in Exodus 20, say, if you're going to build anything in my name, build it out of the earth. Don't make it fancy. Don't make it fancy. If you're going to use stone, don't cut the stone. Don't polish the stone. Just pile them up, because I don't want anything to distract you from how great I am. I don't want anything to distract you from who I truly am to you and what I can do and what I can be in your life. I'm more than just what I do. I am who I am. Oh, I am the God of. And because I am the God of, I am greater than anything in your life. Oh, I challenge you today to grow to a place where you see God as the God of, or that you see God beyond his hand, that you see God beyond what he can do, that you see God beyond any deliverance, that you see God beyond any healing, that you see God beyond any blessing, but that you see God as the God of all. Look, I challenge you today, because if you see God as the God of all, then you see God on a different level. Look, you have an awesome day. You be blessed of the Lord. You continue to be encouraged and praise his holy name. He is the God of all. Have a great day. Peace.